Hi, my name is Kashma. I'm from Iraq and I earned my baccalaureate degree in agriculture. I have been in the US since 2022. Currently, I am studying at St. Louis Community College to pursue a tech career, and I am taking an online class with savvy coders to explore the field of data analytics and Python. Um, I picked my topic about school shootings in the United States because they are a very serious and sad problem that is happening more and more. School shootings affect a lot of people, so it's important to learn about and try to solve this problem. I want to research and talk about this issue to help make schools safer and find ways to stop these shootings from happening. Basically, my capstone project is about school shootings incidents in school in the United States of America are a serious concern. I will to introduce about school shootings that have happened in the past 20 years. Lately, there have been many instances of gun violence at schools in the United States, which is a big problem for the government. School shootings need to make sure uh, that they are safe for students while also protecting their rights. In 1994, a law called the Gun Free Schools Act was created to help keep schools safe. This law says that states must expel students who bring weapons to schools for at least a year if they want to receive funding from the government. I would like to talk a little bit about Agile uh, that we learned about is it from the Savvy Coder. We followed the Agile method to work together on our project. It helped us collaborate, adapt easily to changes, and share updates regularly. The Scrum frame gave us a plan to follow and made sure we stayed on target to finish our project successfully. And about the Jira, we use it to track our progress and manage our tasks. We use it to make plans, assign tasks, and see how each part of our project was going. Uh, Jira helped us work well together as a team and see how far along we were in our work. As you can see, my project is about to analyze trends in school shootings over the past 20 years. What are the common characteristics of these incidents, such as the type of school, the number of casualties, the type of weapon used, and whether the shooter is male or female? As you can see, I got this data and it consists of 387 rows and 50 columns. Uh, and I um, clean my data and I didn't need the three columns, so it deleted three of them and consists of 47 of them. Uh, I try to analyze my data on school shootings to determine whether they occur more often in public schools or in private schools. As you can see, In this data that I use it in Tableau, most of them are in public schools than in private schools. The public schools consist of 363, and the private consists of 24. And I solve it in Python too, and it gives me the result. My data shows that school shootings happen more often in public schools than in private schools. Public schools have more students, and there are more of them, which might be why this happens. It's important to look at different studies to get the most accurate information. As you can see, due to the year, it shows us how many were killed and how many were injured in this chart uh, that I use it in Tableau. And in Python, I tried it too, and it gave me the result about it that the total killed ones were 201, and due to the year from 1999 till 2024. And the total injured were 429 of them. As you can see in this chart, it I try to solve where the states with the highest number of school shooting incidents in the United States, um, and how many incidents were reported in each state. And as you can see, in California, it consists of 10.34% had the most school shootings incident in the United States, with 40 incidents in Alaska, Hawaii, Ohio, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota. It consists of 0.26% uh, of the incidents that happened, which consists of one incident. And why it's, as you can see here, it consists of 40 in California, and here it consists of 10.34% in California. And why it's more happened in California? Because there are more schools, especially as you can see, public schools in California, which consists of 40 of them. And why it's lesser than in other, especially in Alaska, because it doesn't have any private schools, but it has one public school. In this chart, I try to analyze my data on school shootings to determine which year had the most shooting and account for how many shootings occurred each year. As you can see, based on my analysis of the data on school shootings, I found that the year with the most shootings was 2021 to 2022, which consists of 57 of them, of the shootings. Uh, Additionally, the data revealed that the number of shootings varied each year, with the some experiencing significantly higher numbers than others. In this data, as you can see, I try to analyze my data on school shootings to determine which day of the week had the most shootings, and to account for how many shootings occurred each day. to determine which day of the week had the most school shootings is on Tuesday, and to account for the number of shootings that occurred on Tuesday is 91 of them. As you can see on this chart, most of the school shootings happening on Tuesday with the number of 91, and the least happening on Friday, which consists of 62 of them. In this chart, I try to analyze my data on school shootings to determine which causes were associated with the most shootings in the United States, including targeted with 223 of them, indiscriminate, which consists of 63 of them, accidental, which consists of 51 of them, and the other unclear one consists of 30, public suicide consists of 8, and hostage suicide consists of 2 of them, as you can see here. On this data, I try to analyze on school shootings to determine where shooters were obtaining weapons, where they uh, obtain the weapons from. Most of them it comes from their families or friends or relatives. The most one consists of which consists of their fathers with a number of 16. Then the department issues consist of 11 of them, and then legally purchased by a shooter, which consists of 10 of them, and the least one consists of acquaintance of shooters. This consists of 1 of them. In this chart, I try to analyze my data on school shootings to determine which gender was responsible for the most shootings in the United States. As a result, I determined from my data which gender was responsible for the most shootings in the United States. Males were most shootings in the United States. Uh, Males were responsible for the majority of shootings, accounting for 294 incidents. I determined from my data which the gender was responsible for the list one, which consists of the female with a number of 14. In this chart, I try to analyze my data on school shootings, which were responsible for shootings in the United States. And as a result, I determined from my data which race was responsible for the most shootings in the United States of America. Most of them are unknown, and with a number of 239. Then it says that white people were responsible for the most shootings, accounting from 72 of shootings. As you can see, the most of them were white with the number of 72, then the black with the number of 60, then Hispanic with the number of 9. Here is the data about the age, which is most responsible for the shootings. As you can see here in California, which is the most shootings happening with the age of 11. As you can see here in this case, I try to define the age categories of the teenagers and adults based on the age shooters. Um, as you can see, and in Python, I try to solve that. The teenagers with the age with, with the age were smaller and uh, equal to 18, and adults equals to the age where is bigger than 18. So when they are equal and smaller than 18, they are teenagers, and uh, when they are bigger than 18, they are adults. And in Python, it gives me the result here. And here it talks about which age group is involved in more shootings, teenagers or adults. As a result, with the help of Python, there are more teenage shooters than adult shooters. It gave me this answer and solved that. In conclusion, to keep kids safe at schools, they are checked. Their stuff is looked through, and detectors are used. Schools are also take away dangerous objects, set rules for what to wear, and have stricter behavior rules. These steps helps, but there is still a chance of shootings at schools.